Whether you're a Komorebi native or studying from abroad, you'll find a home at Foxbury Institute's Mount Komorebi student housing. Here, you'll live and grow alongside your roommates as you go through your studies. Stay for a semester or as long as you want. Hey guys, it's Kyoko here, back with another speed build, and today that's exactly what we'll be building. It's a Mount Komorebi Foxbury Institute, kind of like a study abroad student housing. Basically the idea for this kind of came, I guess I was just reminiscing about my own college experiences, and I also just kind of wanted to build something like a dorm or an apartment, just kind of do that, I guess, so that was the inspiration behind this. And I wanted to experiment with some pretty cool like architecture ideas that I had in my head, and I wanted to see how that would play out, so I thought Foxbury would be a good, school to choose to like base this on, since it's like the cool like tech, like modern school, in The Sims. And the idea that I had was kind of like this cool like techie, but also like kind of grounded with nature kind of vibe. So that's basically what we're doing here with these student commons. Basically we have this like big glass cube in the front that has like this really cool tree growing on the inside, and that's going to create this cool environment. And then we're going to have a park out front for the students to come outside and spend time just in the outdoors getting to know each other. So it's like a commons, a student commons, and then a park in the same lot. The student commons only houses 8 Sims, which I believe is like the max amount of Sims you can have like when you're staying in the university housing anyway, I think. Honestly, it's been a while since I played a university storyline, so I honestly don't remember the exact number of Sims that you can have in a dorm. But this one houses 8, so you're gonna have a max of 7 roommates. But the good thing about this housing is that you actually pretty much always have individual rooms on every floor, except for the first floor, in which there's only one shared room. So you can have different housing experiences in this dorm depending on, like what you want to do with your Sim. If you want to have like a crazy roommate kind of thing, you can use the first floor like shared room, or if you want more privacy, you could have one of the second or third floor individual private suites. And the way they work is they're kind of like apartment flats where you have like 3 different bedrooms and they're all connected to like a central living room / kitchen. So we basically have like 3 different apartments on each floor. You'll see what I mean as we get into it. I just thought I'd explain the architecture to you guys so you would understand what's happening as it's happening on the screen. It's kind of based loosely off of like my freshman dorm, like the first experience I ever had like living like on a college campus. I had like a shared room that was connected to like a shared bathroom, and then later I lived in apartments that had like shared common spaces and stuff like that. The current like dorms that you get with university or Discovery University are like you have each individual room, and then there's like really big common areas and like shared bathrooms and shared showers and stuff like that. This is kind of like that, but like scaled down. I don't know why I'm explaining to you when we're not even on the inside yet, but you guys will understand when we go inside. By the way, this is the first, speed build you see me doing about 2 weeks. So it's been a while. Basically, I just wanted to, try some new like video, content format. So I started doing these like Sim stories, which are these really cool, fun short films where I do like a character build and a speed build, and then I make, like I said, like a short little film about that character. And the idea is that you guys can download those characters into your game and then play them out, however you want to play them out. So that's the idea behind that. And I think they're pretty well received so far, and I would love to hear some feedback on that, you guys, if you guys have any, of course, like Sim story ideas or any suggestions for like the actual content or anything like that. Just let me know, because it's definitely something like new for me that I'm trying. So any feedback at all would be really, really helpful. But they've been pretty fun to make. But I thought what I would do is kind of like a combination of speed builds and those little Sim stories, just kind of mix up my content so that we're not always stagnating on like one particular thing, so I want to give you guys a lot of different content to watch is basically what I'm trying to say. So let me know how you guys feel about that. And of course, if you have like ideas for any other content, like I said, challenges, game video ideas, I don't know, anything at all, just let me know. I love talking, communicating with you guys and getting feedback, which is something I really, really need all the time. So let me know. As you can see, what we're doing with the architecture here, there's that big glass box with the beautiful tree on the inside like I told you guys about, and it looks so good. I love how this looks. Like honestly, like the architecture looks so modern, so like slick and clean, but it's not particularly like stuffy or pretentious. It just looks good. I don't know. I really like it. I feel like this would be a super cool dorm to stay in real life. My dorm was not this nice. Like I was describing it earlier, like in terms of like the layout being similar, but in terms of like it being like fancy. It was not fancy like this at all. Would probably be a super expensive dorm to live in. And this is The Sims, so we're gonna pretend that this is like a normal like dorm like quality level here in this world, I guess. So your Sims, can live the luxury life of, beautiful glass box dormitories. But basically the idea, just conceptually for this build, is that this is like a student commons housing in Mount Komorebi. So this could be for like students that are studying abroad. So if your sim is originally from, let's say, I'm trying to like Brightchester, right? If they originally live there and they want to go to college, maybe they want to do like a semester abroad. For that semester, you could have them live here and then do like pretend you're doing like a semester abroad, Or you could I guess you could imagine that like Foxbury Institute maybe has like a satellite campus, in Mount Komorebi, which is a thing in real life. Like universities will have like smaller sub-campuses in different locations. So maybe it's like one of those kind of situations. Or I guess, if you wanted to like go full on out and just like completely separate this from, Foxbury, you could just say this is, any university in Mount Komorebi that your sim is attending. So that's, those are some ideas for what you could do with this build. I'm actually really tempted to play with it. Honestly, I haven't done a lot of personal gameplay in a long time, and I keep saying that I'm going to, and I keep making builds that I really like, and I'm like, wow, this would be so fun to play. But then when I actually start playing the game, I just start building new things, and I'm like, oh, I'm building this for like this aspect of my gameplay, or this for this aspect. And I just keep building things, and I never actually play the game. So don't know what that says about me. I don't know what that like means about like how I interact with games, but for some reason I'm just like a builder. That's just who I am. So if I ever get anything wrong about the gameplay, of course you guys tell me, because that would be super embarrassing considering how much I play this game, how little I actually know about the gameplay. Anyways, so basically we have this outdoor park here that I told you guys about. I'm like honestly so proud of this park. Like I don't always do parks right. Like I'm very hit or miss with parks. And this one in particular, I don't know, I just really liked how I just laid out the plants and I laid out the stones, and it flows really nicely. And I think I paid a lot more attention in this park to like pathways, like the way people would like circulate through the park than I usually do, because sometimes I would just do like random plant placement or like table placement, and then it would look cool, but it wouldn't always like flow right or make sense. So in this particular park, I don't know, I really like understood it, which I know sounds so silly, but I guess sometimes I just don't always understand what I'm doing when I'm building. And this one I could just like see this vision of what this park would be, which I know sounds really pretentious now that I say it out loud, but I don't know, I just really like how this park turned out. Let me know what you guys think, and if you think the park is trash, that is totally fine. Just at least tell me why you think it's trash. Just give me a reason so I can improve, But this is, like I said, one of my favorite parks that I've done in a long time. And it's not even like a park lot, it's a student housing lot. But I thought it'd be nice to have like an outdoor area where students were, encouraged to like do their homework outside or like socialize outside. Maybe play some frisbee in that little like field in the center of the park, something like that. That's kind of the idea for that park. Oh, I just realized I missed some plants in that corner. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, you guys can add some plants in that back right corner of that little park. But yeah, now we're moving on to the inside. So this is where we're going to be, putting in all our walls, sorting out, our floor plans for our apartments. Like I said, each floor kind of has its own like apartment situation going on. And I must say it's like 3 or 4 people to a bathroom in some, cases. So it works for university housing. I don't think this would work as an apartment. So I just suggest leaving it as university housing. But of course, you can do whatever you want with it. And if you do, do really creative things with this build, of course, let me know, show me. Like the Discord is linked in the description down below. So please, feel free to show me the cool creative things you guys do. So now we're just putting in our doors and our archways, which is the least stimulating part of the builds, at least to me. I love colors and wallpapers and aesthetics and textures and all that stuff. And like layouts and floor plans are important, but they're boring sometimes. So I'll try to make this as interesting as I can while I put in all my walls and adjust my windows and stuff. Basically, I was just figuring out, the way the space flows. It was kind of complicated. Like each floor has a different floor plan just due to the way that the building is kind of built. So I couldn't just like copy and paste rooms. So like unfortunately I had to like individually place beds and kitchens and stuff like that. But it's fine. Like it goes by pretty fast. I actually did it in a very, quick amount of time. I was surprised by. I just wanted to put in like the basic furniture, for the like for student commons, I didn't want to like put in a lot of detailed stuff because I imagine that if you guys are bringing this to your game that you guys could do that with like your own characters. Like you could tailor each individual room to whoever you were imagining was living there, or the sim could like autonomously do that, like put up posters or something like that. So basically it's like a ready to move in dorm. Like there's nobody moved in yet. It's just for you to plop into your game, get everyone moved in, and that's when you can like start and put in decorations and like really like personal details and stuff like that. This build actually does use custom content. It doesn't use that much though. It uses like one pack and then like 2 smaller things. I'm trying to like I've said in previous videos, find a balance with my custom content because I've definitely, oh my gosh, I'm a custom content like junkie sometimes. I'm just totally obsessed, really love it. So sometimes I think my builds have gone a little bit overboard in terms of the amount of custom content I have. But lately I've been trying to like scale it back. So like there's still custom content, but it's a reasonable amount for you guys to download into your games at home. So this only has a little bit of custom content in it, but a little bit goes a long way. I think like this build looks amazing and I'm just really happy with how it turned out. So if you guys would like it in your game, it will be linked down in the description below. It'll be available on my Patreon to download. So go check that out. But yeah, now we're in the center, like foyer. I don't know if it's a foyer. It's like the reception, I guess. When you walk in, and then on the right, you can see there's like some seating areas and stuff like that. So students could meet up here. They could study here if they wanted to, but we actually do have like a separate study room in the back. So I imagine this would be more like a social area, like socializing under the big tree or something. I feel like this would be so cool to have like an indoor like green tree space to like socialize and study in college. Probably super expensive, not realistic to do, but it looks pretty. And then we have our first apartment here on the right, and then to the left of that is like our so this is where students would study. So basically I'm just going to be putting in like 2 different desks here, some bookshelves and stuff like that. So it's a place for students who live here to like come down and study if they can't study in their room for whatever reason. There is like desks in the room and stuff like that. I did put computers here, not in their bedrooms, because like I imagine they'd have like laptops and stuff in their bedrooms. So here's like public access, like university computers. This is what I imagine it would be over here. There's only like 2 study spaces, but I think it's fine. Like only 8 people live here, so like I don't think it'll be that crowded. And if you can't study in here, you can study out in the beautiful park. So you got a lot of different choices. Got a lot of different resources here. And then we have like this divider for some quiet space, I guess. And then we're gonna pop in some counters here and just finish up this room. But yeah, it's been a while since I've done a video, you guys. Like, I mean, I've done the Sim Story videos, but that's like, those are scripted. It's me talking about the characters, and, just talking about those stories specifically. So I haven't like talked about myself in a while. Not that I need to talk about myself. Like this channel's, about the builds and stuff. But I've been doing pretty well actually. School's been going well. My schedule's kind of shifted a bit just with, classes changing and stuff like that. So you may notice that I'm posting at later times in the day than I usually would. I'm still going to keep posting on Sundays, but it is probably going to be later in the day just because of how my schedule's currently working out. So just keep that in mind. If you're waiting for me to post during the day, it's probably going to be later in the day. But yeah, school's been going good. Definitely been busy. I'm continuously busy all the time, and I will be for the next however many terms I have left until I graduate. I'm just gonna keep telling you guys I'm busy, and I'm probably gonna be busy until I die, is what I imagine. I think that's what adult life is like. It's just continuous busyness and then death. That's just what life is. It's just really, really busy all the time. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying being busy. I'm doing work that I love. I love design. I love interior design. It's so fun, and I love doing it. So I'm being busy with it. I don't really mind it at all. Some people talk about like going to school for something they love and then the school like killing their passion for that. I've heard that a lot with kids who went to like art school when they were like an artist in high school, and they went to like art college, like, oh my god, like art college like killed my passion for art. And I think that happens when people like, honestly, I don't know why that happens. I really don't know why that happens, but for me personally, that has not been the case. For me, it's been just really, really awesome. It's been, I think part of it is just my mind frame going into school has, especially now that I'm a little bit older and going back to school, it's more about, I'm just taking my education a lot more seriously than I did when I was younger, I think. And I'm taking the program a lot more seriously, and I just love what I'm doing right now. So I don't know. I'm busy, but I'm having a good time. That's what I'm gonna leave that at. And if you guys want to go to school for something like design or architecture or art, feel free to hit me up. I have experience in an undergrad program, so you guys, we can talk about it. I know a lot of you are pretty young. Some of you are going into college. Some of you have some time before college. Some of you are already in college. So this this video is a pretty good, conversation starter about college experiences and stuff like that. This college in particular, Foxbury, is not art college. They're focused mainly on tech, so I imagine all the kids living here would probably be, like high tech, like super smart, like math, science major people. And that kind of inspired like the really like sleek, modern design of this place. So yeah, if you guys move your Sims in here, please let me know. Please, show me what you do with this place. Like I always, love that stuff, and I think it would be really, really cool. And as we're wrapping up this video, because this is almost done, of course, let me know if you have any challenges, build ideas, Sim stories ideas, feedback, the comments, questions, concerns, I don't know, anything at all, just let me know. Leave it down in the comments down below, or you could check out our Discord. Now I'm just putting up some last minute Foxbury stuff because I realized I need more school merch, so we put up that little welcome sign there, so when students roll up they can be like, oh my goodness, I'm finally here at Foxbury Komorebi, and then they can find their roommate and get all excited and stuff like that. So yeah, and also if you guys have any like gameplay ideas for like personal gameplay ideas, just like stuff that I could do on my own, that would be great too, because I need to start playing this game again more than building, and I would really appreciate the input. Anyways, as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.